very sensitive little mate.
Ocean's green-blooded bastard.
Star Trek, brought to you by
That is always one of my favorite parts of the Bowen and Spock relationship. Is just
blatantly racist.
blatantly racist against him, and he just insults him because
to his face.
Spock doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, green-blooded hobgoblin.
Jesus.
I think Spock cares and just keeps it on the side.
Logic would dictate I shouldn't snap his neck like a twig.
Or who on the ship will be able to repair him if the doctor is dead?
I do not believe that the medical staff has the appropriate knowledge to fix that ailment.
To fix that.
Okay, so try and watch the mic. I'm gonna try and record tonight and see how it goes.
Didn't mean that literally, Stefan.
Yeah, no, just don't knock it. So
Do
watch,
not
try
see
it.
the purpose
watch
of
it till you try.
watching the microphone.
But
Welcome to the USS Payette. Tonight we shall be watching the microphone. This is 2 hours. 5 people.
phone on silent.
Yes, please. Phone's on silent, and we're live.
What?
Yep. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Star Trek USS Payette. I'm Tim, the GM, and we're playing Star Trek Adventures from Modiphius, and it's awesome. And I'm going to go around the table and get you guys to introduce yourselves. I will hand those up as you introduce yourselves, because you know who you are.
Fair enough.
Character sheets. Good idea.
All right, I'll start because you guys couldn't hear me last time, so I'll be loud.
Please don't yell at the camera.
Ha! Okay. I am playing Lieutenant Commander Gurkhan, a Klingon on the Officer Exchange Program with the USS Payette, and I am the Chief Engineer aboard this vessel.
My name's Leah. I'm playing Varya Yesagov, the Chief Security Officer aboard the USS Payette. And yeah, I think that's me.
I am playing Lieutenant Sopek, Vulcan Science Officer on the USS Payette.
How many character sheets do you have?
Are you sure?
I didn't know which one was the current ship roster.
Are we not?
This is our doc and the science officer. I don't know who takes care of those.
Whoever will need them.
Yeah, it says we are.
So this is our old ship. And this is our new
This is
ship.
one viewer.
Yeah, no, we are.
That one viewer's
Sorry.
Leah.
No, I don't know how to use
Technology.
old.
technology.
I think I just sprained my hip.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, is that me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, and
Inception.
who are you?
I am Commander Devin Zanny. I am a Betazoid who is been placed in charge of the ship. I'm captain of the vessel. And I also play Lieutenant Walsh. He's the Common Officer.
Mhm.
So,
Okay. So, and we to be continued last. Oh, I need pencil. I'm super awesome. Pencil. There you go. So yeah, everyone's got their 2. Okay. Momentum. So can we get a recap? You need you recap last game, right?
No, I
was
think
me.
that
It
was
was you. Okay, so we're just gonna go around the table. So can you recap the last game for us?
We are investigating a system. We're charting the Shakleton Expanse.
Yep.
We discovered a system and found unusual readings coming from a asteroid belt. When we investigated, we located a facility on one of the larger planetoids. We're not able to scan, we're not able to transport down. When our commander flew a shuttle
manually.
manually, we were shot down by a old tech missile. Crash managed to somehow survive. Then proceeded to continue the way on foot and investigate the facility. Here's the old style facility, and the commander Gurkhan and Yazikov investigated a lower levels for the power source. Yazikov and the commander are currently ended up getting stuck in a suspected hollow room. Gurkhan is investigating the power source, while myself as Sofek and Ensign Beagle, who is a security ensign, are up top attempting to decipher the languages and the purpose of the consoles and the facility.
Cool.
I'd just like to say that we survived that crash from excellently piloting up around.
Yeah, okay.
So if anyone wants to watch
pilot involved.
if anyone wants to watch part 1, it's on YouTube at the GM Tim.
One key point: those two are trapped in what appears to be the outside world in this room, and I am now alone in the basement. But you don't know this.
Yeah, what we're seeing is essentially an open field. We're on a hill. There's some foliage. Blue sky. It looks to be actually very pleasant.
Yeah.
All I know is consoles keep lighting up.
And then the door that led to that chamber closed, and when they heard the door close, they look back and they don't see a door, they see more outdoors.
Yeah. And where are you?
I was going back towards the door after I heard it close. So,
Yeah. You were in the power room too.
I was in the power room,
Yeah.
and then there was the power room. Looks like it's a deep core, some sort of old tech nuclear reactor almost.
Yeah. And then you found one other room down here. And do you guys remember what was in the room?
I was looked like it was a shuttle bay.
Cargo space shuttle bay, very big, very open. We didn't.
You didn't really investigate too
yet,
much.
no.
No.
But there
But it
was
was a ship.
There was a ship.
Yeah, there was a ship that we recognized.
was
It looked
old.
familiar.
It looked familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had like that kind of like, God, why do I know this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, who would we like to start with first? Why don't we start with you first?
Okay, so I'm actually going back up to the door.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to use my phaser as a cutting beam.
Okay.
Try to cut it open.
Okay.
Because I tried to open the door handle and it's damaged due to my ineptitude at jamming it open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to attempt to use my phaser as a cutting torch. I attempted to contact Lieutenant Sofek, but the interference was too much.
That's right.
So
And there's interference coming from the radioactivity from the star,
yeah,
which
totally.
is yeah.
Which has made the entire sector act like it's in a cloaking field almost, but
That's right.
not visually. So I'm going to attempt to cut that beam while routinely saying, "If you can hear me, Commander, stand back."
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna set your phaser and you're gonna like.
Yeah.
So why don't you give me a roll and let's see how long this is gonna take you.
All right. So daring and engineering.
Control and
Control.
engineering. Yeah.
2 critical failures due to my injuries.
Oh no. Oh no.
So
Can you maybe
I would like to-
maybe I'm going to use my
some of these
determination to
things.
re-roll.
Okay.
I would like to duck preemptively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you know,
That doesn't
what,
sound right.
My value that I'm going to be
though.
using on this
Yeah.
one is think, act, then talk.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking about this and I know how to use a phaser.
Yeah.
I know how to cut a door. And I'm doing it. I'm just not talking it out with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Max setting, probably a bad idea.
It's a success and a critical failure.
Okay.
Because my critical failures are happening on 17 and up right now.
Excuse me.
Because of my injuries. From a crashing starship. Or shuttle.
I think we all have that.
You do.
I got some extra ones.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Are you what?
Yeah. Sorry. I tried to laugh while I was drinking root beer.
It's fine. Glad you're-
Don't do that.
How dare
Good
I
to
know. Bad idea. Oh gosh.
I'll now do it again.
you?
Don't try to kill our GM.
At least not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to start, and you can see that the beam is like it's got that nice focus,
Mhm.
and you start doing that like. But your phaser must have taken damage as you guys fell, and as you kind of continuously fire, it starts to do that, and then it just goes dark.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pause you there. Let's go up to you. So Beagle is staring at the wall still. Sir,
Looking out for
Sir.
holes.
sir.
Yes.
Sir. I don't see anything.
good.
Beagle is a rookie security officer who is like borderline. He's not inept. He's not inept because he's a Starfleet
That's
officer.
annoying.
He's just super.
A little
Yeah,
incompetent.
he's a little incompetent, but more on the lines of really green and way too eager. And leaving him with Sofek, the Vulcan, is probably not the best idea, but it's really entertaining for all of us, so we're going with it.
From the command perspective, it was a fantastic idea.
You're not gonna like what to do next.
Not there, Sid.
Ensign, we appear to be having communications, and Lieutenant Commander Gurkhan attempts contact. There is obviously no danger up here at the moment. Maybe you should head down and see if the rest of the crew are proceeding according.
Oh, okay, good idea, sir. I'll do that. And he heads over to the turbo lift elevator and just kind of like, you sure you're gonna be okay?
I will be
As he-
fine.
Okay. All right. So he'll head down to you for your next scene.
And I'm going to continue
Peace and quiet.
trying this. I can finally focus and attempt to determine why this console is constantly lighting up.
Okay. Why don't you give me an engineering or like you could do computers.
Computers, reason engineering.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 successes.
Okay. So you've determined that it's been going up and down because basically somebody's flicking the switch in another location.
So it is not me.
No. It looks like power to the upper levels has been cut.
So basically my level.
Yeah. So your best guess is that your best guess is that the station has gone into like sleep mode. So all unessential areas have been like powered down for conservation purposes. And it needs a manual reset to activate.
Alright, I'm going to.
So you kind of figure these guys must have been flicking switches.
Do I think the manual resets up here?
No, you know it's down below. Like, because it's just the...
I just got rid of that.
Are you like kind of like just like a slow against the wall as you're waiting
Yeah.
for the elevator to come back up?
I'm just.
Repeating the ICD.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm going to head down. I don't think there's anything else I can achieve up here, not without power.
You guys don't have any battery. Did you bring an engineering kit?
Probably not engineering kit, science kit, yes.
Science kit. He would have the engineering kit down below. So he's probably got an alternative power source that you could bring back up and plug in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go down and
At the very least, you could try that.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Exhausted everything I can up here.
Okay. How about you two? So you guys hear birds. You don't see. Actually, you don't see or hear any birds. You don't see or hear any insects.
Wind rustling.
You hear it, but you don't feel any.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do I sense any? I'm a Betazoid, so like, do I sense any foreign minds? Or-
What's your range?
I don't know. They don't really put a
Plot relevant.
plot. Yeah, but typically if I can see them, I can sense them, and then.
So we're gonna
a
say no then.
radius. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't sense any.
Okay. We're just looking at blue sky.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally behind
I
you
don't
where the
smell
door
anything,
was.
and I don't hear anything, and we
No.
don't feel anything. So this doesn't seem exactly like a holodeck. I'm wondering if we could walk back towards the door. Perhaps we could get it open from this end.
The door was right here, sir. Were you saying that out loud?
Yes, I was.
Oh, okay. The door was right here, sir. It's cold now. I wave at
Oh,
one
you
of
connect
these. With the door?
with something solid.
Oh, okay. Well,
I said, doesn't seem exactly like a holodeck.
oh.
Is there a handle?
Well,
Start
yeah.
feeling up the
So
door.
yeah, so as you guys you start to pull back some vines around a bush, and you can see the kind of out frame of it, and it's really old and kind of oxidized, and you see a little cut, like a glow for a brief instant, and then it disappears.
I think our cousin's back.
Okay.
Go to, sorry, go ahead.
No.
Let's do the dung 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 on the door.
You hear that?
I pause. I match the pattern back.
Dude, I'm wondering if you know the Morse code. I think as a pilot,
Chances are no,
Previous
because
pilot.
English is not my first language.
yeah, probably wouldn't help. Okay.
I can Morse. I can even Klingon version of Morse code, which is just punching the door.
With various strength, so it's like loud and quiet, 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 quiet.
Yeah.
Loud.
Is there like bolts or something on the side that we could remove from the door, or is there like a handle that we could jimmy over?
There is a handle. It does look rusted.
Yeskov,
Yes, sir.
might as well try and get this handle open and see if we can get out. Want to give us a hand?
Of course, sir.
All right, let's give it a yank.
Hit control and man. No, fitness and security.
Fitness and security.
Yeah.
Sure.
2 successes.
2 successes.
All right. So you guys manage and you hear like there's that horrible grinding, like nails on a chalkboard, metal on metal, and it just kind of like it's gonna take some time to. And as you're kind of like creaking, sir.
I just stand up bolt straight and I go, he's an ensign?
Yeah.
Yes, ensign.
I was told to come down by Lieutenant Sofek and see if you needed me.
Yeah. We could use you.
Okay. What can
How
we
do you
do?
open this door?
All right. Okay. So as he starts cranking on the he just starts. He's like, I got this, sir. And he kind of pulls back his sleeves a little bit and he gets right in there and he just starts pulling back and you two feel resistance.
I start. Yeah, I was gonna say. I look at him and say,
Hashtag not
"Are
sorry."
you rolling it the correct way?"
I'm sure of it, sir.
So,
What are you doing?
It's not moving. You don't hear that.
Oh.
so it's not moving. I go, "Okay, ensign, you tried your best. You may go back upstairs."
Oh.
And we appreciate.
And he kind of turns away just as the elevator goes back up.
Yeah, but
Nope, not going back up yet, sir.
do you have a tricorder, ensign?
I do.
There's a room behind me, ensign, that contains what might be our way off this rock. It's a shuttle of some variety. Why don't you scan it?
Okay.
Maybe see if we can figure out a way to fly that thing.
The whole room or just the ship?
Just the ship.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, the entire room.
This is
Start
the-
from one corner.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the handle and turn it the other way.
Okay.
This is the adventure of assigning Ensign Beagle leaving us task.
All right. So Beagle goes off into another room, and you just as he kind of like goes, kind of like just without earshot, and he kind of closes the door a little bit so he can like scan properly. He goes in, and the door kind of creaks closed, and you just hear this whoa.
The frivolity of youth.
and then the grinding drowns it out. You guys eventually kind of creak the door open, and it doesn't open all the way. It looks like something has ruined the hinges. And as you kind of open it, it just kind of does that. Like you can fit one in at a time. You have to kind of like shimmy through.
Just see my head pop through.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hey, hello, Captain.
Oh, you're back.
Commander. I go, would you like to exit the extremely weird chamber, sir?
Not just yet. Just want to know if we can get out. This is really... Yes.
I put my phaser on the ground and I go, it's a perfect door jam now.
He puts it like in the door. He does that just as you're coming down. I'm gonna give you momentum for that.
You see...
You literally
I
see
see
his
your
hand.
head, and then Gurkhan leaning down, putting what appears to be a phaser as a door jam.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll ask how that
contemplating very
later,
hard
but-
pressing the up button.
It's the
Ah!
old one, so you just have to turn the.
Yeah.
I'm just standing there.
I see Sofek. Ah! Lieutenant Sofek, did you figure out what was going on upstairs?
No, Commander. I require power to be rerouted upstairs. There apparently was some sort of switch toggle being affected down here that was registering on one of the consoles upstairs, however. Also, I need to report that Ensign Beagle may have inadvertently launched another missile.
What? What? Did I hear that? What did he say?
Nothing. It's fine. We'll talk later. In any case, if he hits my writing room, I swear to. That's fine for now. Look, Gurkhan, you looked at the power supply. I think maybe you could help Sofek. There's a really cool room. Obviously, whatever's powering this thing is powering a very antiquated holodeck type simulation. I'm gonna look through this a little bit more. Maybe there's somebody here. Where's Beagle?
I have him assigned to another task, sir.
He is very good at analyzing the composition of walls.
I have him analyzing what might be our way off this rock.
The ship in the cargo bay.
Yes, sir.
This does not sound like a good task for Ensign Beagle.
This sounds like a task that kept Ensign Beagle away from the captain.
I'm gonna let you two sort this out. Yesikov, they're ordering Beagle around, and then my head just sort of like slips back out.
I immediately say, Captain, and go back towards the power core. You go, Lieutenant Sofek, with me.
So so we're staying separated for the time being. You two are going to continue investigating in this environment, and you two are going to go to the power room.
Power room, yeah. There's a door jam.
Yeah, I just want to check the door. Wait, like he slips out of the door, I want to check it to make sure it's not going to slam back shut again.
It seems to be good.
It seems to be fine. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the damage that was done to it will keep it from, like, it has to be forcibly open.
Okay.
You can hear the servos kind of like give out.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
So what I'd like you to do is nominate one of each of you in the two different groups.
Okay.
Who's it going to be?
To do what?
One from you and one from you. I just need two people.
Okay, I guess
Okay?
Go.
So roll.
3.
1.
Okay. Power room first.
Alright.
So do you want to describe what you saw last one? Do you
Yeah,
wanna-
so it looked like the way that it was described to me was it was a big circular room with a railing around the what level we're on that would go all the ways around, and a big deep tunnel going all the way down, and a light glow coming from the bottom.
Yeah, and there's like looks like
Cooling rods.
giant cooling rods. They're like
Yeah.
somewhere like this size, somewhere like this size, hanging from the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So immediately when I walk in here and I go, my character walks in here, the Sofek, and I go, what do you make of this, Sofek?
Initial thoughts would be a geothermal plant, however this planetoid is too small and would not support a large enough core.
What are your thoughts towards something being more primitive and nuclear?
It is quite possible.
Up or down? Which way do you think we should go to get this started up?
I do not see the reasoning of the startup console being next to the core.
Can I use the lid for a second?
Yeah.
So this is kind of where you guys are right now. So you came in through here,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a ring
All the way
going
down.
this side, and the core kind of takes up the middle, so you don't know what's on the other side.
So we have to walk around the ring.
If you want to explore it all, you've got to walk around the ring.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll say let's do some.
Or you can whip out your ropes and drop down if you want.
I know enough about nuclear energy to not go near a core.
Okay.
I'm just suggesting, but we're gonna walk around.
Yeah. Should we stick together, or should one go one way, one go the other? It would be the most efficient way to locate a console.
Agreed. We should split up, but also remember that for some reason in this building, doors like to close on their own and not open again. So let's check if our comms work down here first. But Lieutenant Sofak, you're like 2 feet in front of me.
You just hear him 2 feet in front of you.
Maybe a farther distance will help us determine the
Excellent.
possibility of our
So
combat.
you guys start walking opposite directions, and he just keeps going, Lieutenant Sofek, Lieutenant Sofek, Lieutenant Sofek, Lieutenant Sofek.
And I go,
You hear me
I
now?
pause at one point and I go, when I say your name, Lieutenant Sofak, I am asking for a response.
You don't get one. It doesn't look like the comms are working.
No.
But that's where the scene switches,
Yeah.
just as you two reach out of sight of each other. And we go back to you two.
Oh,
Unarmed at this point.
What are we looking for, sir?
anything really at this point. I'm really curious how big this place is, or even what's here. Do you remember your first contact rules?
Yes, sir, of course.
Good. Maybe don't point the weapons at them.
I holstered my weapon.
Just checking.
She says this, she takes her
As she-
rifle out of her hands and hangs it around her.
I have already holstered weapons, sir.
And secondly, I think the survival training means we should take a location of where this door is. So I'm gonna drop sort of a GPS marker.
Yeah,
for the
so
tricorder.
essentially what your tricorders, the same thing is you're having the same problems. So interference seems to be just killing your tech. But you are able to kind of use it to build a map.
Yeah.
Right? So it'd be like literally kind of like a Minecraft map.
Mm.
So
Okay.
you can get limited range and it'll start to accumulate as you go. Okay?
Perfect.
It does show a solid surface where the door sits.
Mm.
Looks like that's where the wall is. And you can see a little bit of a curve.
Ooh, interesting.
But you're only getting that as you're close to it. And you figure as soon as you walk away from it,
The
you know, you're
curvature.
yeah,
will
you'd have to be
disappear.
close to that. You'd have to be close to that wall to be able to detect it. Essentially, yeah. Everything. It seems like everything is absorbing the energies as much as like you're getting. Yeah, it's limited. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Lieutenant. Which way you want to go?
After you, sir.
I'll just basically straight away from the door. I'll
Okay.
start walking.
Okay.
Just follow after him.
So you guys are gonna walk for about half an hour without any contact of any kind. You literally kind of go over some hills, and as you walk out, you realize this whole thing looks just expanse. Like you're like,
Yeah, as far as we can see.
yeah.
Was that door a transporter? Or are we on a whole other planet?
Like
I
you
have
don't
no
see
idea,
a
sir.
sun, but there is sunlight.
Daylight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Is there no tricorder readings, or is it?
No,
just
like I
gonna-
said, everything's like it's just you're able to get like a map, but anything out,
Yeah.
you can't reach it, right?
So we know like the hills, and there's that tree there, and if we go to that tree,
Yes,
back
exactly,
is that way.
Yeah, and it's keeping you a track, so it can
Right.
bring you back.
Yes, Gob, have you ever seen anything like this?
No, sir. The planet I was raised on was ruins, and it's very urban.
Oh, we've never talked about where you're from.
It's unnecessary.
How very.
Conversation ending.
It's
Put those two together.
it's not a good
I was
story.
gonna say, how very stoic of you.
Yeah, could you imagine Sopek and Yazikov?
Which way are we going? That way. Okay.
All
No
right.
talking.
Yeah.
Silence.
The whole episode is just crunch, crunch, crunch,
Yeah.
crunch.
Sopek, have I mentioned how much I enjoy our time together?
Yeah.
It's so peaceful. Okay, so back
Yeah.
to you two. So as we've seen sweep back to you two, it shows. So you guys eventually come around the edge of the piece, and you see like a bridge going across to the center console that's attached to that main pillar.
Okay.
And it looks like there's a whole bunch of. It would look kind of like. It'll look kind of like there's a whole bunch of shielding against the pillar itself. And it looks to be just kind of like a piece of, like large pieces of metal that have been paneled down. And then the console kind of juts out from it.
Okay.
So we've met back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the bridge.
Yeah.
I must say, this is the most illogical place for the console.
On the core itself. Unless radiation doesn't affect these people. Who are
I
the
simply
creators.
meant the fact is as far away as the entrance door as it could possibly be.
That too. Have you made heads or tails of the language yet, Lieutenant Sofek?
It shares many similarities with Proto-Vulcan and Proto-Romulan.
Okay.
It is quite familiar, however, the tricorder and myself have yet to fully establish a language database.
Well then, I'm gonna have you run the console, and I will make sure it stays running if I can.
I would also request that you endeavor to make sure it does not explode on me as well.
Yep. Although, chicks dig scars.
Jesus, that's how he met his wife.
She just
That left turn and then
Sadly, the bat left turn.
Yeah.
The bat left turn. I'm the first one to survive.
I failed to see how the attractiveness of child fowl would affect me in any way.
Old Earth colloquialism. Don't worry about it.
Oh, shuttle foul.
So I'm gonna look at the console. And
It took me a minute. I was really like, what is he talking about? That's amazing. Well done. Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to see if I can fire the console up.
Okay. Give me a computer. You know what? Give me a reason and engineering.
That's pair of successes.
All right. So you do get the console fired up. It looks like it's kind of like, oh, and I'm gonna give you a momentum there. So you get the console fired up. It is kind of like one of those. Yeah, it's super. Almost to the point of analog.
Okay.
Like, oh yeah, just for everyone watching, all the tech in this place looks like TOS era tech. Like it's full on like dials, switches, printouts.
Big red.
Yeah, yeah.
Lights.
But a little bit kind of older even. So
Actual glass screens.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get it fired up and I go, Lieutenant Sofek, if you can work together with me on this, let's see if we can get some power out of this core.
Of course, I'm gonna pull up tricorder and see if it can translate anything at this point
I'm going
on the consoles.
to use that momentum to activate my collaboration ability. So Stefan can use my engineering of 5 for this scene.
Great. So why don't we get some rolls then? It is going to be so overall, it's going to be a difficulty of 4. Okay. The reason it's so high is because it's seriously old tech, and it's a language you don't understand. However, I'm going to drop the language the language barrier. So I'm going to bring it down to 3 because of Sofek having been like he's had his tricorder working on this, and he noticed it like last game halfway through, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's been processing and it's starting to chunk out some stuff for you. So I'll drop the difficulty by 1.
Okay.
So it's still a 3 rating.
Okay. I'm not going to attempt to jury rig this. I want this core to work.
Yeah, yeah. And you're doing with the collaboration.
Collaboration, which allows anybody that's doing the same task as me to use my skill rating for that task.
Cool. So will he rolls 1 dice and you roll 2, correct?
Yeah, but he counts as having engineering 5.
Yep. Great. So this one will be control and engineering.
Okay.
So only assisting you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're using what you just did to assist. So what you just did will lower it because he's using his collaboration.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yes. I will point out I have traits for studying computer systems, so
Okay.
I will get 3 dice.
But then you don't get engineering 5.
So do you want to take a look first, see if you can figure out the system, and then assist him?
Yeah, that's
Cool.
what I like the part of the tricorder. I want to make sure we don't press the overload button.
Yeah.
Okay, so then for the moment, it's still going to stay difficulty 4, and let's
Yeah.
see what you come up with your...
And then I'll assist you on that one.
Just remember that.
Yeah?
You know what? Since it's difficulties 4 still, buy an extra dice.
Okay.
I do support you.
Reason engineering or reason science?
I'd be reason and engineering.
You get 1 from me.
Only 2 successes.
Yeah. Okay.
And do we have a complication there? Is that what I
I
see?
think we have 2. I can't remember what the complication range you gave us.
You had
You
one.
should have 2 complications.
Yes.
So 19, 20, right?
18, 20.
18.
18,
20 is
19,
always, 20 is always complicated.
Okay.
Yeah, I supported him with 1.
So 3 successes and 2 complications.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you are able to translate.
Don't you get a bonus reroll for using computer systems?
The ship.
Yeah. So you are able to translate. You're fairly certain you can figure out the power systems, and you kind of point them out on the computer. The tricorder is able to translate some of the script on the console and the readouts. And why don't we get that engineering roll? And I will give you a difficulty of only 3 this time.
Okay. So I'm gonna burn a D term. Technology should never be discarded because I'm trying to keep this thing running.
Okay.
To see if I'm gonna use it as a free crit, and then see if I use it because I'm a veteran. I do use it.
Okay.
But we got 2 successes, 3 right there.
So what did you just hang on to, sorry?
Hmm?
What did you just spend for me?
I spent a determination to get a free critical success.
Okay, cool.
Using my value, technology should never be discarded.
Great. Okay.
So 2, 4. That's a critical there because I'm assuming this is EPS.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
No.
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 Okay.
Would be past
Fair enough. Totally.
Yeah.
So 2, 3, 4, 5.
5?
Yeah.
All right. Nicely done. There's your momentum back. So you fire it up and you see, so everything lights up all the way up, and it looks like the whole pillar just kind of lights up.
Okay. Are my tricorders or his tricorders, any tricorders reading any dangerous radiation?
Yes,
Okay.
but not where you're standing.
Okay.
It looks like the paneling is there to protect this person.
Okay.
And you also notice in your immediate vicinity, the walls are absorbing a lot of the radiation, so it should be okay to walk back up.
around. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more check and see if it's stable. So I'll go through with it, and this one I get, because this is my testing of theory ability, same item, same scene, I get my 3rd dice for this.
Okay, it is still difficulty 3.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go, Lieutenant Sofek, let's make sure this is stable before we walk away from this.
Yep. Pull out my tricorder, press the buttons.
Beep, beep, beep. Success? With my engineering of 5?
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3 successes and a complication of 17 because I got 1 more injury than everybody else.
Okay, no, it is not stable.
Okay.
It is not going to go critical now,
Uh-huh.
but it looks like it's so old
It
that powering it up has just accelerated whatever was happening already, or why it went into sleep mode.
Mm-hmm.
You have till the end of the game.
Fix it.
So
It's 5 hours.
Yeah, you've got like 5
I
hours.
was gonna
Yeah.
say that's not reassuring because the end of the game could be it blows up.
Yeah.
Y'all
That's
that.
kind of why I said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate them all.
And I go,
Yeah, let's say you got 5 hours, you were not able to stop it.
I literally see that and I go, I punch it in on my tricorder to now be a 5-hour timer.
Okay.
And I go,
Actually, let's go 24 hours.
alright. I punch in that 24-hour timer on the tricorder and I go, Lieutenant Sofek, I suggest you do the same with yours. We have 24 hours to figure out a way off this planet. Poid.
Yep.
So sorry, it's
You're not
blowing up.
Don't worry about it.
You don't hear about it.
Yeah.
You don't know about it.
Well, maybe if I don't know, the listeners don't.
I said so.
The listeners know exactly what's happening. We're dying.
We did.
The Borg are here. The Cardassians have started a 3rd civil war.
Jeez.
and
Okay.
Kirk is not on here to rescue us.
So I'm gonna set my tricorder. I'm gonna see if I can pull it and do any kind of data dump from the console onto my tricorder.
Yeah, okay, you can get some information. No, give me a roll. Yeah. So it is going to be computers difficulty 3.
Support?
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're on the same console.
That's
and
fine.
I'm
Yeah.
underneath with the wrench. Is like, you know, this light brighter? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Reason engineering?
Yes.
That's not a success. That's not a complication though.
I just got one and another complication.
I rolled
No.
exactly what I needed to not succeed, but also not get a complication.
The tech is too old. If you wanted to spend some time on it, like if you wanted to spend a few hours, you could probably dump it. especially considering you've got an engineering kit with you, right? Like, but it will take a few hours.
Lieutenant Commander, I can dump most of the data on this console, however, it will take a few hours. It would be a shame to lose any information on this facility.
I agree completely, Lieutenant, but I'll do the dump. I need you back upstairs looking at those consoles and figuring out if there's anything in any way of contacting our ship.
I'll attempt to do so.
But I will attempt to dump as much as I can. I'll take my time and make sure I get all the data.
You did also mention something about Ensign Beagle working on our possible way out.
Across the hallway, there's a giant hangar and apparently a ship.
If we fail to contact the Payette, that is the most logical course of action for escape.
I do recommend you get Beagle away from the ship then. I put my hand up and I say, sorry, I'm giving you a direct order to get Beagle away from the ship.
Understood. Do you have any suggestions
Clear.
on other tasks Ensign
poor
Beagle
Beagle.
could assist us with?
We can have him scanning the core. It won't hurt him if he stays on his side of the gate. And with the readings being so varied and wild, you will never get a consistent reading.
Very well. I will immediately carry out your orders.
And also, potentially, if he annoys me, I can have him calling out the time of destruction for this planetoid. Walking around, 10 hours to go, 5 hours to go, like an old-timey town crier.
I would appreciate it if you reminded him I am a Vulcan and do not need such reminders. I am well able to keep track of such mental calculations on my own.
I will.
Thank you, sir.
But, yeah.
That's the most diplomatic conversation between a Vulcan and a Klingon ever.
Klingons and Vulcans don't hate each other. Klingons and Romulans hate each other. Like, I'll punch a Romulan. A Vulcan will just be like, he doesn't know how to party. I don't want him at my birthday.
This is very true.
But when it comes to computers, I'm like, yep, let's do this.
Alright, I'm going to head out and deal with Ensign Beagle.
You guys should have just sent
Excellent,
him
sir.
with us, so we could like run him out in the field and like take him out.
He's
Keep him
not a
walking.
Cocker Spaniel.
No, he's a beagle. This has been established.
I love that you're treating us in Beagle like a dog.
It's just a
Is
puppy.
he not?
He's the ship's cat.
Do you wanna go?
Oh.
Everyone calls him Snoopy. He
Yeah.
doesn't understand why.
Oh, I like that. New nickname, Snoopy.
I don't get it, sir.
There you go, Snoopy.
Beagle, sir.
Beloved 20th century figurehead. It's fine.
You gotta look like him when you sit down.
Poor Beagle.
No, Beagle's gonna be the reason I'm alive because my phaser's holding your door
You could
open.
just go
He will be my phaser.
into the hangar and he's
Beagle
like
is our
lying on
person
top
who
of
lives
the
in
ship.
last ship.
Wasn't Beagle on the last ship?
No.
If he
No,
was,
he
we didn't
wasn't.
see him as much.
That's where he was.
No, he was transferred into the new one.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
See?
Oh no, we had Walsh.
No, Walsh is the pilot.
He was on the last ship though.
Yeah, he was. He's now
I'm
operating
the
the
head
ship.
from a heat.
Cut back to Walsh on the ship. Why am I always left behind? Cuts away.
Except he's saying that from the command chair.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I kind of like this.
I kind of really got a good one on
Alex Mahogany.
He looks at the person, he looks at the ensign next to him. It looks good on me, doesn't it?
that. I think we could make
That's
this
Flash
work one day.
Corinthian leather.
In either case, yes, Cobb. So my fourth brother took over the farm, 2 farms over, because all of my relatives, I came from an agri world. They just kept going to farms, and I could not take it. I had to get out. I mean, I wanted to be a pilot. Now I'm captain of the ship. I still don't understand how that happened. Do you know how that happened? I mean, what was Shrev thinking? But in any case, it's just between you and me. So anyways, back to my story of my fourth brother. So this one time...
I was literally seeing how long you could go. I'm impressed. That's a momentum right there. Okay.
My sister was brutally
Just the
murdered by
top,
the
or
rape
do I get to
gangs
read
both those?
in my world.
That's horrendous.
She laughs
No,
after.
yes, no. No, Jessica's like straight face. She's just like looking around. I still don't see what we're looking for.
Apparently, you need to be
Looking for
consoled because that was horrendous.
Please don't touch me.
As you can feel the kind of like the
Nervousness,
the fact that she even admitted that is setting like her kind of like you're getting the whole like ooh vibes.
Maybe you're cursive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got it though.
Okay. You two crest over another hill and you see a small community in a group of sort of like with trees around it. From here you can see dozens of buildings. Population.
There's buildings.
Yeah.
A little slow there.
And you
Sunk
can
in there.
see like heads and people wandering around. Like you can see like tiny figures.
Tiny figures.
Yeah, they're about this big.
Humanoids, I
Yeah.
guess? What is this?
And
Village
you
France?
You take another step and then that small. No, I'm kidding.
Are they getting smaller?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yes, Carl. There's a village. Where how long have I been here? And my fourth brother on my mother's side. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Just
Are
trying
they
to
even...
diffuse the tension. Let's go and carefully, cautiously, see if we can greet these. Well, whoever they are. And maybe as we approach, we can just discern if they're a species we know.
So there's like some trees and stuff. Do you guys want to kind of go in through like a more covered area so you can kind of get a look before you?
I think our like main concern is sussing out whether we need to like conceal our technology.
Yeah, it looks like an outer rim style, like edge of explored space style settlement.
Okay.
Like it has that vibe to it.
Hmm.
Not like
Primitive.
not like Star Wars or Star Trek Obsession Irish low tech.
Yep.
I haven't figured that out yet, but but you know, like it's definitely lower tech, and it
Yeah.
looks like it hasn't advanced much.
Okay.
So like it would have been an isolated colony from a precursor.
Yeah.
But do the buildings still look space age? Like, or are they?
You can't tell from
You
here.
can't tell from there.
No.
Well, Yaskov, I'll take your recommendation, but I think we're gonna need to get closer. But maybe we don't let them know we're here just yet.
I believe that's wise, sir.
Okay, so why don't we get some sneaky sneaks? It's gonna be fitness and security.
Swell.
Cool.
Yes.
2 successes.
Yes, it falls through the tree.
Yaskov falls.
What is
into
the
a
value
tree.
you're using?
Oh. The value that I'm using is survival in the colony. So I'm going to say, as growing up, I was very good at avoiding large groups of people in the Phil colony.
Great. Keep in mind, in this one, you could have also used first contact and prime directive rules, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
you guys have an ongoing prime directive for your directives.
Prime
so
directive and
Yeah.
to boldly go. What was the last one?
I think to boldly go is the because you were
Going into these expenses.
That's right. Okay, so you guys managed to get quiet and you sneak in. As you get closer, you start to notice that the buildings are they're not space age. Like they're not wooden. They're not. We're not talking, like wooden structures. They look to be modular, and they look to be like what you guys would now consider like field living, right?
Field
Like
setup.
Yeah. Like quick put up, quick take down.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they were built to last, though. These ones, you see like concrete paneling. You know what I mean? Like.
Are they? So they look modular. So in other words, they look as if they were placed here. Are they? And they're not made out of any what we would consider like natural resources that would be potentially found on the planet we're seeing that we know isn't quite real. That type of idea.
Yeah, like
So-
it's not like they're here for natural reasons. You see,
Yeah.
like you see farms
Right.
as you like you sneak even through like a grain field.
Oh, okay.
Like it
So
literally looks like a self-sustaining settlement.
Right. Just the when we're sneaking through this foliage, does that feel real? Like, is it? It's real.
Mhm.
It's grown.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay. Your thoughts?
Well, like I see you like touching the grass and like going around.
Oh yeah,
and
you
like,
guys are there.
Yeah, you're next to me.
Yeah. So like, what do you think? Is this actually holodeck?
Not anymore, I don't think. I think that maybe the edge of it was just a simulation, but this is real. This grew. I think this is meant to be some sort of sustainable habitat.
It's impossible. We're inside the asteroid, planetoid, whatever.
You're who? What?
You're who?
No, yeah. The only way we'll find anything is either by exploring more of this nature wasteland or talking to people.
Well,
She says that and it's like lush around you.
There's nothing here. You filmed all that you can by plucking grass.
thanks. Before we go surprises people who may not have had contact with anything ever. Maybe we should see how they behave.
Yes, of course. We
Maybe
shall
wanna do
observe
some
first.
Spy on the villages.
Okay, so as you guys spy,
Observe.
yeah, so you start to get closer, and one of the fields you notice looks like a town hall style look, and you see what looks to be kind of like almost like a grave site, like a monument.
Okay.
It looks like a monument. So you don't see like tombstones, but you see multiple plaques on this, and it just kind of like goes down this like large, like an obelisk.
Are we
Not like, don't think like, like Planet of the Apes style big ass obelisk. It's
Yeah.
just like it's a marker.
Are we able to read from this distance what's on it?
No.
It's just tiny writing that
Yeah.
we see, so we can't tell the type of writing.
No.
Do we see?
But you might be able to swing around and come up from behind so people can't see you yet. But you haven't actually seen anyone, you're just being kind of like aware, right?
So-
Like you see people every now and then, but you guys are trying to stay completely out of sight.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of giving you like,
What are they dressed in?
you see kind of like, it looks just like what you'd expect farmers to wear. It
Okay.
just looks like functional clothing, nothing super flashy.
Yeah. No like signs of the Federation anywhere.
None at all.
Yeah.
Facial structure? How do they look? Are
Do
they?
you want to get a closer look?
I would like to get a closer.
Why don't you give me another? So this one is going to be presence, and no, it's going to be reason and medicine.
One of my best by one of my worst. Awesome.
That is a 2.
That would be no criticals, but one would be a critical. So it's 2 successes. I slowly back up.
Okay.
Back in the forest. And let's go. Get back. Get back.
I'll back up as well. Sneaky, all sneaky like.
And
Well, they're Vulcans.
I fucking love you so much.
no, Romulans.
What are the Romulans doing here, sir?
Really? Now you ask me questions that I can't answer.
It seemed like a legitimate question.
Okay, we're gonna pause on you two as you finish that sentence. Gurkhan.
I'm downloading the data from the core.
Okay.
Waiting for Beagle.
So are we just gonna like leave your character out for a bit?
Well, I mean, if I'm working on the core and I'm downloading the data, I specifically told him because he's got the language. I want him upstairs,
Yeah.
knowing what's going on. But as I'm an engineer looking at the core, I'm going to be poking around to try to figure out what this thing is and how it works.
Of course you are.
Yeah, that's my love. I'm just seeing if I can take one of the panels and sneak it into my engineering kit and take it home.
Are you gonna try and take a souvenir?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Okay.
I mean, it's a material that stops a lot of radiation from
It is.
close range.
This is how
If
a
we can
monk time
replicate it-
happens. Or
if
not a monk time, the naked time.
The naked time?
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm mainly making sure that the core doesn't immediately go into meltdown.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you give me an engineering and control?
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay. So you're pretty sure you're gonna be able to you could probably just automate this download.
Okay, and then once I automate it, I'm gonna go across and try to look at that shuttle.
Okay. So you enter the room and you kind of see Sofek sort of wandering the halls. Do you want to share what you saw?
Yep, I see Gurkhan come in. I cannot locate Ensign Beagle.
And in front of you, you see this huge, the lights are coming on.
Mm-hmm.
But the lights aren't on from above.
Mm-hmm.
The lights are on some of these display cases
Okay.
and what look to be video monitors. And they're kind of placed throughout this hall. Almost like a mix between a museum and an orientation center.
Okay.
And the large ship you see, now that the lights are on,
Mm-hmm.
is very distinctly, very old school Romulan. Like maybe first gen Bird of Prey style, but earlier setting.
So yeah, so like the tiny Romulan ones.
Yeah, and it looks almost like a mix between a Bird of Prey and pictures that you saw from the Earth Romulan War.
Okay. And I'm like, I look at all this stuff and I go, Lieutenant Sofek, what do you make of this?
Yeah, well, the old Romulan vessel does seem to give strength to the proto-Romulan possible lost colonists theory.
Makes perfect sense.
This also does appear to be either some form of documentation of possibly their journey.
I just start walking towards the shuttle.
Okay.
I nod and I go, huh, and walk towards the shuttle. And I go, the most important thing about this entire room is this might be our way off this planet.
While I've been wandering around, because said I was hearing the language.
Yeah.
Right, they're speaking. I would have had my tricorder out and was recording the language as well.
So your tricorder is now able to translate for you. But unfortunately just for you, because it's using your communicator and your tricorder, but because sharing is not great right now with communications, these three still won't have any kind of,
Okay, and then as he's walking away, Lieutenant, Commander, do you still have your tricorder on you?
Yes, I'll flip it out.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over and just do.
you guys do a transfer?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Language, huh?
I've finally deciphered the entirety of the language.
Excellent.
This
So
should help you in restoring the vessel if needed.
I am going to request that you attempt to find Beagle without going into the room that the captain and lieutenant are.
Are we sure that Ensign Beagle did not misinterpret directions?
If he did, hopefully the captain will find him. I need you upstairs, Lieutenant Sofek. We need to figure out any of those readings from those monitors. Make sure there's no more missiles launching at the Payette. And if possible, shut down that missile defense system because this ship's not lasting if one of those hits us. I don't want to crash twice in a day.
I will immediately go upstairs, and hopefully the fact that we can understand their language now will help us assist.
Perfect. And then as I'm walking away, I have 5 ships shot out from underneath me. I don't want 6.
okay.
Yeah, I headed upstairs.
Alright, so let's focus on you for a couple minutes. So the elevator comes up and everything is starting to make sense now. You see like a communications console, a weapons console, a command console, power console, and it's all very rudimentary, but it's all lit up and seems to be functioning.
I'm going to head over to the weapons console first.
Okay.
And analyze, and I want to try and shut down any automatic weapon systems.
Yeah, there is an automated system that's operating, and it looks like it's designed to have kind of like a passive sensor system. So if any ship gets close enough, it'll automate, draw power, fire, shut back down again, which is why you guys couldn't detect it when you came in.
Is there a way for me to permanently drop power to it, make it so it wouldn't draw power? It could detect ships, however, is there a way for me to block it from receiving power enough to fire?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking old tech, so you could literally cut the power cable.
Pull up my Type 1 phaser.
Yeah.
Alright, now I'm gonna snip that and disable the...
Like I would assume if you're working with computers all the time, your science kit would have the proper tools. You probably would need to use your phaser. I mean, if you really want to.
No,
I mean, he doesn't know how much power is going to the console.
Yeah, exactly.
That is why my tools are insulated.
Right? That's kind of what I have
for
there. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you've managed. Give me a control and computers. Right?
Control and science.
Control and engineering.
Complication and nothing.
So it's going to take you some time to do. You're fairly certain you can do it, but you know it's like red wire, green wire. You don't want to click the wrong one and either activate everything or shut it all down, right?
Alright. I'm going to take my time to do it correctly.
Yeah, so you can take your time and just simply do it. I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Yeah.
It'll take, let's say, an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Down to you.
Okay.
Okay. So you are wandering around this, and this thing is, it looks like it's on its 3 legs.
Mm-hmm. Landing pad.
Yeah, but there aren't, it's on its landing struts, but there are no ramps up.
Okay. I'm gonna look to see if there's anything I can push towards it. Any sort of ladder or anything in this room, which I doubt. But
No, actually, on one of the far walls, you do see one of those like old school like movable staircases.
I'm gonna bring that over to it.
Yeah, and you can see the hatch on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to get to that hatch.
All right.
From there.
So as you roll this thing over and you squeak it like, and you kind of like you take one step onto the ladder,
Yeah.
and then you hear, sir.
Yes, Ensign.
Did you just say that staring up at the?
I just take a step and look dead straight.
Yeah.
Don't know where it's coming from. I'm like, yes, Ensign.
Sir.
I said yes, Ensign.
Okay, sir, can you turn around, please, sir?
Okay, I turn around.
And you see a Romulan holding a knife that looks like it's been carved out of wood to Ensign Beagle's neck.
Okay. I then, well, I mean, can't pull up my
But
tricorder.
like this, like
Yeah,
he's
it's gonna
obviously
point
hiding behind Beagle.
Yeah, well, I was gonna pull up my tricorder to try translating.
Okay.
So I put my hand up.
Yeah.
I put my both hands up and I go, point at me and I go, point to my mouth, and then I point to my tricorder. While looking at the guy.
Thing kind of like looks at you.
I then, with my hand up, slowly reach for the tricorder.
Okay, and he kind of presses into, sir.
And I'm like, Beagle,
Sir.
are you not a security officer?
Stay in calm, sir.
Then I go, slowly, with my both hands raised up, reach for it. I flip it over and I activate the little program thing to see if there's a greeting that I can say in their language.
Okay.
And I say it in their language.
Okay.
As best as I can.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying, hello, I am unarmed. I am here because we crashed.
You hear, whoa, coming from the person with the, how are you speaking? And the knife goes down, and as it does, you see Beagle just grab the arm and just kind of do one of those full-on flip overs and like land on him. Sir, I got him.
And I go,
I got sir.
I go, Ensign Beagle.
Yeah.
I go, Ensign Beagle.
Sir,
Restrain the prisoner.
no
I'm
problem.
gonna climb back up the ship.
He's just kind of like glaring at the guy.
And I go to Ensign Beagle. I go, do you have a tricorder?
No.
This is a translating program.
Okay.
Explain to him
We're here.
we're here and we're not trying to kill anybody.
All right. And as we go to commercial break, you hear Ensign Beagle look at the dude and go, "We're here to help." Okay, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Unfortunately, I don't have a pause button on our stream, so you're just going to see an empty room. You're welcome.
Let's all
We'll be
go
right
to the
back.
Lobby. Get yourself a drink.
We could put this right in front like this so they can stare at the Star Trek book.
Yeah.
Buy it. It's a fantastic book, Modiphius. You did a great job.
It's really pretty.
So good.
Also, your Fallout miniature game is amazing too. Thanks, Modiphius.
Plug.
I want all
Do you
those
guys
models.
have an extra mother like glasses?
Yeah, in the back somewhere.
Ew, who's extra?
Mine for when I smoke and don't want to smell like smoke.
You rather smell like a teenage boy.
Yes, in a board game store full of teenage boys. In a board game store full of teenage boys. I'm gonna smell like one of them.
One of us.
That's how I upsell.
That's why I was saying. I talked to your V-neck t-shirts before.
Back in a couple minutes.
Yeah, that's why I scoot in front.
Alright.
Welcome back. We're back.
We're back. Okay.
I come in another.
Find that look upon your face. You better change those two lives. Alright, so let's do a quick recap. So you guys have found what looks to be a village of Romulans inside this habitat that you're in. You've managed to start translating the computers, and you're attempting to shut down power to the automated weapon system. And you have automated the dump of the memory core, and you guys turned on the power to the station, and realized that in doing so, you kind of set it to overload within 24 hours, which is now probably down to about 20 hours. You went into the hangar bay, which looks like an orientation center, and you started heading up to the Romulan ship that you found. And as you did, Beagle was kind of confronted, called you, and he had a weapon to his neck with a Romulan holding the weapon. And then he did an awesome judo chop and flipped the guy. He fully pulled a Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After I distracted the Romulan with his language.
That's right. Which
With
would have been
offers of friendship.
right, but it would have totally offers of friendship and then tackled him. Yeah.
I didn't touch him.
Well done, Beagle. You and Beagle are doing Mars attack.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they kind of are. Yeah.
Do not run. We are your friends.
Beagle, we're here to help. Get off my throat.
Okay, so can I get everyone to roll a d6 and tell me who's got the high roll?
5,
2.
6.
Okay, so we start with you two.
All right.
So, are you guys going to head over to that monument you found?
So we had scooted back a little bit after Captain Zanny had realized that they were Romulans, or looked like Romulans. And so we're discussing now far enough away that we're not in danger of getting discovered.
Okay.
Why would there be Romulans here?
It doesn't make any sense.
None of this makes sense.
In his best Clint Eastwood.
I think we need to take a better look at that monument. It might give us some clues.
Yes. Also, I don't know Romulans to be like farming types.
It's a good point. They're more of the Empire conquering, shady types. Or at least the ones we've met before.
Yes, this colony seems less militaristic than usual.
Could all just be a Romulan plot.
Do you know what, as you
Could
say
be
that,
a
you
Romulan.
hear kind of like a loud kind of gong go off from the center of the city, or the town. Motorcycle? You hear a motorcycle. No kidding.
What?
Yeah.
That's my kind of tech.
Yeah. You hear a loud gong go from the center, and do you want to get closer?
Yes.
Safely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to take a look.
Yeah. So you guys sneak up to take a look and kind of peek over a couple crates, and you see a few hundred Romulans kind of congregate. Women, men, children, adults, and then you see what appears to be like one of those like a monitor, very 1984 style on the
Right.
side of the wall.
Okay.
Show up, and it speaks. You don't understand the language unless either one of you can speak Romulan.
I can.
Can you?
I can.
Okay.
I took Romulan and Romulan war tactics.
So you get a few words. You get prepare. Excuse me. Conquest. Soul. And then prepare again. And it just kind of does like a little bit of a loop. And then something about the Empire. And then it does like a salute. And then and then goes black, and you see one person stand up at the front and start to lead them all through what looks to be like a training sequence.
Like a combat sequence. Okay.
Yeah.
And the person on the screen was like in some kind of military outfit, or
Yeah, looked to be like you would say high-ranking official.
okay, yeah, definitely like a uniform of some kind.
But we don't recognize it as like a Romulan commander or sub-commander. Or
No, you don't
anything.
recognize the uniform at all.
Hmm.
But I mean, Starfleet uniforms have changed multiple times
Yep.
in the last 85 years, right? So
Yes. So the language they were speaking is some kind of Romulan dialect, but not the Romulan that I have learned. It's different somehow.
to give you guys kind of like real-world context,
Yeah.
it'd be like listening to early English
Yeah,
as
like
compared to
Middle
what we
English.
speak now.
Yeah.
Right? So you'd get a few words, but you'd have a really hard time comprehending what they were saying.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this congregation of individuals within line of sight of that obelisk, or are they like somewhere else and we could still...
They're off to the side. You could probably sneak over.
Well, while they're all distracted doing this thing, I think we should take a look at that obelisk. It might give us some more information.
Oh.
And then we might want to get out of here.
Yes.
'Cause they seem to still be under some form of military order here. So let's sneak around to the obelisk and see if we can get some scans of it.
Okay, why don't you give me some control? No, this is going to be daring and security.
2 successes.
That's 0 successes. I would like to use the prime directive to not reveal myself to these poor
good call.
people.
Good call.
Ah, that's even worse. Yeah, that's so much worse.
Okay, so you guys are sneaking around,
Two
and
critical
as you do the Galaxy Quest drop and roll, and it's like, does the rolling really help?
I just
From
like
her.
see him do it
Yeah.
by me. I'm like, what? Why?
Why are you rolling? And as you kind of get up and dust yourself off, you're like, yes, it does. And you see the congregation has stopped, and they're all just staring right at you guys.
This is awkward. Yeah. Hi.
And scene change.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to you now. So you've managed to kind of disconnect your power to
The weapons.
the weapons. Yep. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I am going to next head over to the communication console.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to contact the Payette.
All right. So computers and control.
So control
God
engineering.
damn it! I do it all
Control
the time. I'm
science?
sorry. Control and
Sci-
science.
Science or engineering?
I'll pick science.
Because engineering is more like the building of that stuff. Damn.
We should be playing D&D with the amount of 20s we
Right.
roll.
1 success.
Can you use the value or any of the momentum on the table?
Can use the momentum. Not for rerolling.
We never.
But you could add
we
a
never
dice to your
burned
fool.
through these things.
I've done
I think I have to
both
do
of
that.
them.
I have to do that before I roll, I believe.
Right. So the only way to do it now is by using a determination.
No, that's good. I don't have to reroll everything, right?
Nope.
You pick how many of the ones you want to reroll.
I'm going to, still having problems with communication stuff, so I'm going to take a couple of extra minutes to remove variables.
Nice.
Dealing with the radiation.
I like that.
There we go. Critical.
Critical success. All
3
right.
successes.
Nicely done. Okay, so you're gonna get one of those, and you get the communication system working.
Lieutenant Sofek to USS Payette. Come in, Payette.
And you hear it's really staticky, but I don't have anything to make my voice staticky. So, Walsh here. It's gonna be Scottish, probably,
Mhm.
just so you know. Like
Oh, it
my,
is.
my Irish. Oh, really good.
Gosh.
Good.
Aye.
Scottish.
This is in Walsh.
Walsh, not Wash. All right.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, Walsh here.
Lieutenant, we were shot down on our approach to the planetoid. We're all unharmed, however, we will possibly require pickup as the power source for this asteroid has gone critical and will explode within the next 19 and a half hours.
Aye, sir. Yeah, we can come get you, but there's been a problem. We took a hit from something that shot at us. We're working on repairs right now.
I see, Lieutenant. How long
Must
will
have been
we-
an automated system. You can't leave on your own shuttle.
No, the shuttle was destroyed. I have disabled the automated weapon system, however.
Oh, that's good.
So no more projectiles should be launched. How long will the repairs take?
Well, not long, sir. A couple hours. But we've noticed something weird with the sun as well. It looks like it's unstable. We figure it's got about 18 hours before it goes.
As if our time schedule was not tight enough.
What's that mean, sir?
Well, it appears that our estimate of 19 hours has gone down by 1. Is it possible to send one of the other shuttles to nearby the facility?
Aye, we can start sending shuttles.
I believe.
Shuttle bay wasn't hit.
Excellent. I believe only one would be required. On second thought, maybe it would be pertinent to send 2 as well as a engineering team down to potentially assist Lieutenant Commander Gurkhan with maybe stabilizing some of the power.
Aye, we're on it, sir. Expect them within an hour.
Very good. So feck out.
Okay, nicely done. Scene change.
That's me.
Back to you.
Got him, sir. He's not going anywhere.
All right, sir.
Perfect. I'm gonna check out the ship and see if it's on our way off this
Ooh,
planet.
can I help?
Nope, you're gonna be watching.
Oh.
Sit on that line.
I'm literally doing that as a character. Ensign Beagle, you have 2 jobs that I need you to do.
2.
Make sure that this Romulan does not escape,
I can do that.
and do not get captured by another Romulan.
I will do my best, sir.
Also note,
Yes, sir.
Ensign Beagle, of the 2 of us, you are the only one that is currently armed.
Yeah, I noted.
Yes. So I'm going back to the ship and I'm trying to open up the hatch.
Okay, yeah, it takes you some time. You figure you can probably jury rig it?
Yep. I'll roll it. Or I'll pop it so it's open and then try to see what I can not necessarily climb all the ways into the ship.
Alright, so you get it open. The ship is in fairly good condition considering how old it is.
Mhm.
It looks like it's got full power.
Okay.
It's got almost no armaments,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got a weird reading you've never seen before.
I'm gonna go back down and grab my tricorder from
Oh, but
Beagle.
sir, how am I going to talk to him?
No need for language at this point, sir.
Okay, you behave.
Ensign.
And he just kind of glares. He does like to the dude he's holding down, and he hands it to you.
Yeah. Walk back into the... I'm not even acknowledging the guy on the ground at all.
Okay.
I'm barely even looking at Beagle. I'm just looking at the door while grabbing the tricorder. Okay. I'm gonna walk back up.
Okay.
At this point, I pulled my ponytail out because I'm done with this shit.
Okay, so this ship,
The shirt's untucked. I'm ready to take it off.
it's quite open. So it looks like it's been kind of like configured to be almost like a troop transport.
Okay.
And the readings are coming from the engineering room.
I'm going to, with the tricorder active, walk towards the engineering room.
All right. So you get there. It's coming from a console on the wall, and this is still it's warp technology, using a very kind of like early style dilithium matrix. So it's not the
No APS or anything.
no, and it's
But I
not
do
the,
have warp drive tech as my focus.
and it's not the modern. It's not the modern
Okay.
Romulan engines.
But there is certain
similarities.
similarities.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check that console and see what it says.
Okay. It looks like it's some sort of like a dampening field emitter.
Okay, I'm going to see if it will be safe to shut the dampening field down.
It's not on. It's just drawing power. Like when you walked onto the ship, things started powering up.
Okay. The dampening field, can I see what it's dampening?
It looks like it's. Give me an engineering check. Reason.
Critical success and a critical failure.
If you had to guess, it's gonna be you almost want to say it's like an early Romulan cloaking device.
Okay. I'm gonna
Like it wouldn't work very well against your sensors now.
No, but it might be messing with the tricorders.
Right, but I mean, like the ship sensors would still detect this ship, like you guys found the structure, right?
Mm-hmm. But this would good.
But if you were talking like old tech or old Earth from this era, there's no way they would detect this thing coming.
Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I can shut that down.
It's fused directly into the power systems.
Okay.
That's where the complication comes in.
Okay. I am going to see. Well, if I mean it's permanently jammed, that's not my priority right now. I'm going to see if this thing is space worthy. So I'm going to run a diagnostic.
Sure. Give me another engineering check. This one would be probably reason.
3.
3 successes?
No, 2. Because this isn't warp drive tech.
No. You know it's work. Oh yeah.
Shipboard engineering though?
Shipboard engineering.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 3 successes.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. This is definitely space worthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long would it take to power it up and get it ready for flight?
It's already powering up. It looks like automated systems are coming online, and from the engineering, you can't tell what else is going on. But
Okay, I'm gonna try to make my way to where I believe the bridge is.
Yeah. It's on the bottom, bottom 4 section of the ship, and you check the engineering sections, and you check helm, and it's got a direct coordinates for Sol.
Okay, I am going to make sure I'm recording all these on my tricorder, all the recordings and everything that I have.
Okay.
But it's space worthy and ready to fly.
Yep.
Okay, I am going to see if I can. I want to see if I can lock out the impulse and the warp right now. The drive system. They put on a code or something to lock them out so they can't be used.
Oh. Okay.
Something simple as 1, 2, 3, 5.
So you're trying to reroute?
No, it's want to lock out access temporarily on the bridge at least. So,
Okay.
so
Why
at
don't
least
you
if
give
something
me?
goes
Why don't
wrong.
you give me control and engineering then?
Okay, I'm going to use the momentum to get an extra die on that.
Yeah. This you think it's probably going to be difficult to do this thing. Yeah.
Get
Son of a beast.
4 successes.
Holy cow. Well, that's what you needed. So you bypass the system and put a lock on it.
Mm-hmm. And then at this point, I'm comfortable leaving the ship.
Okay.
And I'm going to go back to Ensign Beagle and be like, great job, Ensign.
He's like sitting on the guy.
And I go, great job, keep an eye on the ship now as well. As I walk past him.
Wait, sir.
I go, I'll be upstairs.
What? I can't. Okay.
And then I close the door behind me as I leave.
Yeah.
And then I go,
I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
and I'm heading upstairs to him because I know that he's languagey better than me.
Okay. Back to you two. So they've surrounded you. They're yelling at you in a language. Something about.
I'm gonna try to respond in plain or
Is the tricorder picking
in
up
plain
any of this?
Barely. So you're getting the same problems that she's having, and essentially it's you can read the kind of like enough of the body language mixed with a couple of the words that come through to get enough of like even the thoughts like
Is there
thoughts.
anger, hate,
Terror, fear, no hate, confusion,
Right.
and then they see you're human, right?
Yeah.
They see she's human and you look human,
Yeah.
and then it becomes hate.
Do I notice if there's like one individual that seems to stand out from the rest of them?
The one that was doing the leading.
Right. Is
Up front, in your face, yelling at you at the moment.
focus on him. Are you? I don't want to like go into his brain. That'd be weird. Are you able to say anything to them? Do you get any of this?
We're here in peace.
So essentially,
In like Romulan.
yeah. As they start talking, there's enough people and enough content that your tricorder is able to start like translating, and your communications, your universal translator starts to kick in, and it goes from like jolty, just every now and then you hear a word, to eventually you just hear like a myriad of voices saying things like, "Oh my God, the prophecy was right. The humans are here."
What?
Please calm down, one at a time.
I'm gonna be like, I'm not human, Beta Z. You seem to be in charge.
What do you want?
Okay, we're there. But we don't want anything. We just came across your asteroid, and there was some strange energy readings.
As soon as the word human kind of pops up, you notice some of the kids like cower behind their parents.
It's weird. We're not here to hurt.
What do the destroyer of worlds want?
Who's that? What destroyer of worlds? What happened?
Human race. They're here to destroy the Romulans, take us out. We're all that's left.
This must be a grave misunderstanding. No, the Federation is not here to destroy anything.
And you are not the last Romulans.
Well, then how do you explain this? And he reaches down onto his arm and he kind of hits a couple, seriously, like, think 1970s spy tech.
Yeah.
Right? And on the monitor, you see scenes of 200-year-old earthen ships flying over the skies of Romulus and just laying waste, like bombarding everything. And then you see armies of humans walking through and like just massacring Romulans.
What kind of uniforms are they wearing?
Super, like pre-Federation Earth uniforms.
Okay, but not like mirror universe.
No.
This can't be right.
We don't know what this is from, but this never happened. Romulus exists.
You lie.
I'm a Beta Z. There's no reason for me to lie. Do you know what a Beta
No.
We sense one another's emotions. We can't lie to one another.
What, so you're reading my thoughts so you can tell me what I want to hear?
Well, I'm not reading any thoughts. I said.
Did you just nod?
No, like, oh god, this is going so badly.
I thought you were like...
Yeah, this is how it works. No, I'm just standing. I'm standing there trying not to make eye contact and looking non-threatening.
Okay.
No, I can't, I'm not
With the
reading
laser
anyone's
rifle
thoughts.
Facial
It's-
scars.
The way my
Puts all
species
Valkyrie.
communicates is through, we can sense one another's emotions, and with that, we know when someone else is lying. There's no reason for my species to lie to one another. There's no reason for me to lie to you. You seem like a peaceful people in a very peaceful world. Why we don't? The Federation is built upon exploration, upon inclusion, upon assisting those in need.
It's a
We would
wonderful
never-
fairy tale. Take them away.
Try.
Captain.
Don't resist, Yasikov. We don't want to do anything that would cause them to do anything rash just yet.
And they take you guys into the the center town hall. Put you in like old timey jail cell.
It's the set a lot over.
Is there a guard? near us? Or is
Not
it
near.
just-
No, somebody
Like,
throws you in the
just-
cell and then steps outside.
I'll look for
Yeah. And they take everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Communicator too.
Nope, they don't know enough.
Cool.
Did we take your tricorder, sir?
Yep. The only thing we have is our communicators. Are you able to reach Sofek or Gurkhan?
I'll try, of course. And boop, boop. Boop, boop.
It comes through.
Used to go to Sophie.
Lieutenant Sofek here.
It seems to be traveling along the communication console, not your communicators.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna.
But your
my next
communicators
step
are
was
smart
gonna-
enough to be able to tap into that.
Yeah, I was gonna try and kind of tap
Yeah.
Ah, Yamal! Sophie, the captain and I have been taken prisoner by Romulans underneath the ground. Underground Romulans!
I chime in. Just so you know, they are Romulans, but they appear to have been here for a couple of 100 years at least, and they've been fed some sort of propaganda about pre-Federation human explorers decimating Romulus. They're not too happy we're here.
Understandable. That does sound like a typical Romulan method.
Underground Fallout Romulans are typical? There are 150 to 200 of them down here. We need extraction.
I have managed to contact the Payette as well as disable the automated weapon system. The Payette was impacted by the missile Ensign Beagle accidentally launched, however.
yeah.
Beagle did what?
Oh yes, you were in some weird chamber sticking your head through a door. Yes, I saw you, Captain. They are sending 2 shuttles for extraction along with a engineering team to help us with the power core issue.
Power core issue? Full sit rep.
Oh yes.
Everything. Now.
Are we sure the shuttle
point?
won't get
Yeah.
shot down on its descent?
Okay, so I'm gonna pause this, and we're gonna say that this happens off screen for the
Okay.
moment, and you're coming upstairs just as he's finishing.
And I go, Lieutenant Sofek, you need to report that Ensign Beagle was attacked by a Romulan in the shuttle bay downstairs. Also, gonna report that the shuttle is fully functional, and its next nav point happens to be the Sol sector, 001.
You hear that?
Gurkhan.
By the way, Gurkhan, I have
Guy.
I have made contact with the captain and Yesikov as well as the Payette.
Excellent.
Look, we've been taken prisoner by some of those Romulans who apparently are militaristic and believe that Romulus has been destroyed. Gurkhan, did you leave Ensign Beagle alone?
Please say no.
Yes.
Please say no.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Technically, he's not alone, sir. He's got a Romulan with him.
What?
Oh no.
That does match the definitions as not alone, Commander.
I
I just I just say I'm standing up at this point, and my leg just like goes against the bar. It's just like clunk.
and I go, Lieutenant Yasikov, if you were not sure about Ensign Beagle's abilities, why did you bring him along?
belay that question. We'll get to it later. Yesikov, while you're leaning against the door, can you see if you can get it open? Sofek,
Yes.
are you able? When you contacted Payette, were they able to cut through the interference and get the transporters working?
No, Captain. I did not see. They seemed preoccupied with repairs.
Oh, that's not.
Hence the shuttles.
I go, repairs?
I will fill you in, Lieutenant Commander. They also did report, Captain, that they were detecting unusual activity from the sun.
And we have, what did you say, 17 hours now?
Yes.
16 hours? So, we have to get out of this prison, get off this rock before something detrimental happens.
I should also point out, Commander, that we should, as part of Starfleet, do our best to assist the Romulan colonists.
Thank you, haven't forgot that part. And by the way, more like invasion force from what we've seen. But yes, they're living beings, we're gonna help them.
especially considering if it wasn't for the star, we would be responsible for their destruction.
Sofek, you never cease to amaze me.
I'm gonna go.
Vulcan sarcasm is my favorite. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah.
I could turn the core off and let the star deal with him. That way it's natural. Does that fit your prime directive, Federation?
It would be slightly against Federation regulations as we are willingly
Enough!
allowed.
Enough!
At this point, I go, Lieutenant Sofek, 2 things I need from you. Quickly, if you can determine if there's a console up here that controls whatever room they are currently in, which I do not believe is an actual room. I believe it's some sort of hollow chamber, because I didn't actually go with them far enough. I go, and if you can, maybe we can use that to alter it to make it easier on helping them out.
Gurkhan, from what we can ascertain, this is not a holodeck.
Lieutenant Sofek with me then.
Do I know which console? Because I basically...
Yeah, probably the command console. You haven't taken a look at it yet, though. You were focused on the other 2.
Lieutenant Commander Gurkhan, that console is registered as the command console.
Is there anything that we can do to figure out what is real and what is not in that room?
Potentially.
You want to take a look?
Do it.
Okay.
And I'm also going to go to the engineering, if there's an engineering console, and keep readouts on the core. If there's one there, okay.
So it hasn't sped up, but it's been how many? 19, right? So
16
it's been 3
left.
hours. So you got 2 hours before your dump is done.
Okay.
Oh, I also... Lieutenant Commander Gurkhan, the Payette is sending 2 shuttles along with an engineering team. They should be here shortly.
Excellent. I don't think that's going to help. The shuttles will be great. The engineering teams are not going to help. But I've also managed to get that Romulan vessel room active and running.
So you're saying that we have a potential of getting all these people off of here if we can get them to not try and murder us.
Yes, and I'm thinking the best choice might be having a semi-Romulan person speak to them, aka Lieutenant Sofek.
You're not wrong. I was going there, thank you. Yes, Cove, how's that lock looking?
I guess so. And as they've been talking, I've been looking at the like hinges on the door, seeing
Old
if there's
school
any,
iron.
like,
If you had any of your
weaknesses.
tools, you might be able to do it.
Okay.
But Yezikov has like short,
Yeah.
tight hair, right? So she
Yeah.
doesn't even have a pin or anything like that.
Well, I mean, I did have a knife in my boot from like a last episode. I don't know if they would have taken that though. And it's not really boots. We don't wear boots like original series.
They were
do we?
slippers.
Yeah, no, they didn't take that.
Oh, okay. So it's like a butterfly knife. I just take it out, and swing it open. I just start like prying the like hinges and
Okay.
stuff.
As the captain, I just look at them and go, always, in this case, good.
Okay, so you 2 are working on that command console?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, he's working on the command console, I'm looking at the engineering console, but I'm going back and forth and helping.
Yeah, okay. Your engineers show up.
Yeah.
With 2 shuttles.
They make it in the airlock, I guess?
Yeah.
And I I go to the engineering team and I go, downstairs, first door on your left is the core, be careful. It is about in meltdown. I have my engineering kit down there, and it is downloading as much data as we can from that core. See if you can buy us time.
Okay, you got it, sir.
And then I hand them my tricorder, which has got the translation on it, or I do the translation swap thing with them.
Sure.
And I go, it's Proto-Romulan, be careful. Also,
Romulan. Also, sir, sorry.
I want 2 of you, if there's enough, to go into the room on the right and make sure Ensign Beagle is okay. I want you to cycle every 10-15 minutes and make sure he's not missing.
Okay, so they sent security, I sent
I forget the security team.
basically they sent 2 engineers for each shuttle and 2 security.
So I want 1 security team going into debrief Ensign Beagle.
Okay.
At this time, I don't want to say, because he's on the command console. Sofek, they seem to have a display in the town center. Are you able to tap into it, or any of the seeming systems in this habitat?
I see, Commander, and potentially route new imagery of Romulus from our records.
He's on point.
Do we have any?
Who would have thought?
We'd have a bunch of videos of Romulus beating us up.
Just play the last episode.
So, anything from Romulus would require you to have security clearance. Because it would be like from long range
Actually, wouldn't
spy
even
type
be
sensors.
Romulus. We could just pull up
The record of
record of
Commander.
any
any of
Romulan
our-
encounters. We
Yeah.
just pull up their side of conversations.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe I can slice some things together.
Just Melvin ripping Zanny into one. The logs of her.
I love it. Okay, so why don't you give me a control and engineering? Yeah, engineering. Yep, good call.
One, two, roll engineering. Yeah, just two.
2? Okay, that's enough. You're able to tap into that monitor system. And also the command console looks like it's controlling environmental controls. It looks like the center of the planetoid's been hollowed out and turned into a living habitat. The only other kind of rooms are this one and the hangar bay, which comes out from, remember I said there was a big hole in the side of the asteroid?
Mm.
Looks like it exits through there.
Okay. So can I access the?
So you can access all the logs that are Starfleet logs,
Okay.
but it'll take some time and require the ship to come closer.
All right, I'll open up communication to the Payette.
Yep, they come in and you start the transfer. And they basically have to orbit their planetoid. Good thing you turned off those weapons.
And then my first thing is
Sitting in the prison cell. Nobody knows what trouble I see.
Okay.
This will go a lot faster if you don't sing so.
You hear latching at the door.
Oh, okay.
No, at the main door.
Oh,
you hear a
sorry.
latch at
Okay,
the door.
like I swing the butterfly knife and tuck it back in my boot, and then just like sit by the door.
Okay. And the door opens, and a hooded figure comes in and walks up to the door, and you hear, "Sir, are you okay?"
Beagle?
Oh boy! And I like jump to my feet. I know you can do it. Good job.
Sorry, sir, you gotta be quiet.
Nobody else is in the room, right?
No, so you see two Romulans.
Oh,
There was
okay.
one
Alright.
that guarding, and now you see two, and one is talking to the other. Looks like they're kind of distracting.
Beagle? Whatever you did in here. Great. We gotta go.
Sir, there's a whole lot of Romulans here,
Yeah.
and there's a ship.
We're where we
It looks like this is an invasion force, sir.
Beagle.
Sir, they have an entire orientation center.
Beagle?
Sir, I found uniforms and weapons.
Did you bring the uniform?
I tackled one. Yeah, Romulan. He's my friend now.
He's your friend now.
Well, yeah, I kind of explained what was going on. But yeah,
Beagle?
yeah.
Open the door.
Oh, right, sir, right. Hold on. And he kind of turns around and he goes over to a wall and grabs the key. And he kind of latches it and kind of creaks open. And as the door kind of, and the Romulan guarding kind of turns to look, and the other one just kind of like does this to
Yeah.
keep distracting him.
I'm like, the Romulan is a Romulan face pinch.
Sir, all I can do is unlock the door. I can't actually let you out. You have to just kind of play along for a minute.
Fine, you managed to get in here. If you and your friends can get us out, or even...
We haven't figured out the out part, but we can get you. We're working on it. And he kind of like just goes, "I'll see you soon, sir. Sir, it's so confusing." And he just kind of like goes again, but the door's unlocked.
That boy.
Gonna have a lot of questions on that debrief.
Beagle is rolling really well. Yeah, I've been making rolls on the side, and he's doing really good today.
Is
I'm the one that trusted it.
from our cell, is there only one way out?
Yeah.
And As Beagle leaves,
The other
The other one
Romulans
leave.
go.
so there's nobody there.
Not at the moment.
He said he had planned.
I'm surprised he even was here.
Well, yes, of course.
That extra training's paying off. So,
It's to make him serve as phaser rifles. There's no real extra training.
that,
He's the only one that'll do it. He's so handy.
well, I'll get a full report from you later. So, Zanny Sofek, have you been able to tap into that screen? We have the door open. We need a distraction.
I have access to the screen, Commander, and I've downloaded all of our records regarding, or visual records of Romulan encounters
You have an incoming message.
from this, or just incoming.
Yeah, something's incoming on your communicator.
One moment, Commander. I put on hold.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Sofek here.
Lieutenant Sofek, this is Ensign Beagle.
Oh dear.
I have an idea that might help.
Yes, Lieutenant Beagle, as I say, I am all ears.
Okay, so don't tell Lieutenant Commander Gurkhan, but I've left the room that he told me to stay in. I'm not watching the ship anymore. But I found the captain and the other lieutenant, and I've managed to find out that there's this big screen on the wall. If maybe you can tap into the screen and you can like put on some sort of image that'll distract them, it might give the captain and the lieutenant a chance to get out.
Beagle's my favorite
We're
character.
in the same room, right?
Yeah,
And I go, I yell, Lieutenant, I was like, Ensign Beagle?
Ah, crap.
We will have a discussion about your lack of...
Sir, shh. Sir, shh.
So we will have a discussion on the ship about the chain of command.
Can we get onto the ship first?
The ship's already here.
Oh, great.
Ensign
Can I go on
Beagle.
the ship, please?
No, you're going to complete the mission and
Okay.
rescue our commander.
Yes, sir.
And I open up my field rations and I start eating.
Stress
Thank
eating.
you, Ensign Beagle. Is there any
His
other
shirts are off.
pertinent
I'm fucking
information?
get shirts
I'm
off.
currently talking with the commander.
The younger generation doesn't like this whole concept of just live to fight. We've been living here for almost 200 years and they haven't ever done anything. They think that, well, some of them, especially now that we went through some of the old archives in the other room, it looks like this place was set up to be a first strike center, but then got forgotten. And now it's just been like living over and over and over again, so they think that all of this stuff is like not propaganda, but truth. Because it wasn't originally propaganda, it was meant to be like a fear factor thing. Like, this is what the humans are
Neat.
gonna do to us.
I see, Ensign Beagle. Thank you. Please stand by to help assist the commander and Lieutenant Yavkov escape if they require it.
Okay, I'll wait for your report.
I switch back over to the commander. Commander, I just received an interesting report from Ensign Beagle. I believe he has located you.
Yes, he unlocked our door. What's he doing?
Well, he proceeded to inform me of many instances and that I already knew of. However, he did point out that the younger generation of the Romulans are apparently dissatisfied with the conditions in the colony.
Can you patch me through to him?
To Ensign Beagle, sir.
Yes.
Connected.
Very well.
Beagle,
Sir!
is it true that the younger generation doesn't want to be part of this first wave initiative anymore?
Yeah.
Are you able to convince them that there's a situation with the core and the sun and it's becoming untenable to stay here, but we can help them leave?
Not without some sort of rush. People will just stay otherwise. We need something to prove to them that this isn't what it is.
Am I still on the...
Mhm.
Oh. Commander,
Can I do it now? We just hit the button and make it happen?
Oh no, I'm just like tying into the conversation. I don't know. Commander, I could quickly splice together using our data to fabricate a message from Romulan High Command through the view screen in the main display.
You're gonna use Melvin, aren't you?
It's the Romulan commander we have
Fine.
the most experience with.
Nevin. Bad with names.
It's okay. Oh yeah. That's right.
I'm actually bad with
Yeah.
names.
Okay, so we were already working on that, I thought. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's ready to go.
No, so it's basically, I'm basically having it so then the view screen just does the chime.
Yeah.
And it pops up with Melvin. And
Melvin.
Melvin.
Nevin, yeah,
Melvin.
she's on screen.
Something along the lines of the Romulan Star Empire thanks you for your service. Due to consequences, we have decided to pull you out to another location. We have. I wonder if there's any way to make it so that she said basically we have beaten the humans and reached an accord. They are there to help relocate you for the glory of the Romulan Star Empire.
Oh, that's good. And they buy it.
Yeah.
What?
It's Mevin, right?
Nevin, yeah.
Mevin. So Mevin was a Romulan commander that we've encountered several times.
My favorite bad guy.
She's great.
She's not a bad guy.
No, she's just
She's
complicated.
She's a Romulan.
She's annoying as hell.
The
Yeah.
Romulan.
But
You'll
there's
see
history.
her again.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go deaf in this year.
for me.
Yeah.
At that point, we'll be told that our stream's too loud.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So you hear a lot of confusion, a lot of like distrust, a lot of issues, and then everything rumbles. Your power readings spike, and your engineering team reports that this core is accelerated and it's unstable. It's going to be a matter of like minutes, not hours anymore.
All right, and I tell my engine, I relate to Selfac, I'm like, we're off this rock now, with or without these Romulans. And I'm like, engineering team, return to the shuttles. Security team, if possible, make your way back to the shuttles immediately.
On our way, sir.
I was thinking I'm going to actually route coordinates to the shuttles to the shuttle bay.
Okay.
Easier than going through the airlock. And
But
that's
you're
the
on
last
the,
elevator.
but you're on the second floor. Me and you are on the second floor.
Yeah, so we just go down the elevator.
They can go down the elevator, but
Everyone
the
else
others
coming
can
up.
just go around. The shuttles will just go
Oh,
pick one
Yeah,
up.
well,
shuttles are going to go to the bay. We just need to go down.
All right, makes sense.
Okay, in where you guys are, and Beagle, the sun goes out and then turns on again.
Let's get you good.
Yeah, we're out of the, we're leaving the jail cell at
Yeah.
this point and running with Beagle. And we'll say, we are here to help. We've been sent by the Romulan Star Empire to help you leave this situation. Please, let us help you. We must leave immediately.
So the old guy that was like kind of in charge, he starts just yelling at you like, no, it's all lies, it's all fake, it's not true. And as he's just ranting and people are starting to like band back with him, and something erupts right underneath where you guys are standing and literally just kind of like vaporizes him. And as people freak, and the younger Romulan that saved Beagle kind of goes, come with us, we need to get out of here.
We're going to the shuttle bay.
And he and Beagle are like leading the charge at the very front, charging in towards that door that you guys came from.
Get we go.
You guys managed to get through and out. Do you guys kind of like last minute?
Yep.
Yeah, we're just
We're
trying to
gonna go
corral
out.
people to make sure they can get out.
Going the right way.
Yeah.
Especially the kids. Get the kids.
Can overload the Romulan bird of prey, overload the shuttles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know they do that like kind of pause as they walk through the door, and it's like be like us
Culture
kind
shock.
of it would be incredible. I couldn't even explain it.
Yeah.
It'd be
The
crazy.
security officers. That's nice.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, I think it'd be
Move
like
along.
Get
somebody living on a
focused.
farm.
Continue,
I think it'd be
please.
someone living on a farm who'd never left that farm, going to India
Yeah.
and just walking off the airplane and being like, "Whoa!" Like
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, kind
that's
of like that half-step stutter as they go through the
Yeah,
door,
yeah,
just
yeah,
looking around.
yeah. And you guys are like shouting and keeping them going,
Yeah.
and then the security guards that are there are like helping them corral into a Romulan ship. And the ship is.
I'm on that ship because I gotta unlock everything.
I was gonna say.
They just like they go from
I'm a
like
starship expert, but even that would be like,
They're-
Why did nobody like?
They go from like their beautiful prairie pastoral place into this horrible like shelter into a
A
ship
ship with me.
with
Me
a
in the captain's chair.
With a Klingon.
TNG era
In
Klingon.
the captain's chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they don't even see him. He's in
Oh.
He's
the
in
bridge
the
is cut off.
bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so everyone's piling onto the ship, and as they do this, the orientation room just starts like things are exploding, circuits are breaking, power is like, and as you guys kind of like step out of the room, you're the last to step out, and you see the sun
Yeah.
literally kind of just explode. There's a kid left behind.
I run for it.
She beat
Give
me
me a
by half a
fitness.
second.
Fitness and security.
Go, Captain!
Do
No, I'm not leaving
do
her.
you
I'm
push him out the door, or do you?
Yeah, I
hold-
push him out the door.
Cool. I'm holding the door.
I
Okay.
have 3 successes.
All right, so you grab the kid.
Yeah.
And the kid just like latches right on,
Yeah.
and you kind of make it out the door just as like things are like exploding, and you feel you hear that depressurization sound,
The
and you feel a like wind go by the door.
Close the door!
Fitness and
close the door. She falls through. Already on
fitness
it.
and command.
That is a critical 3 successes.
Yeah. All right. So you yank the door closed.
Not my first starship explosion.
Okay, you guys get on the shuttles, and all 3 of the shuttles just kind of do one of those really cool like launch sequences. It looks really weird to have 2 Type 2 shuttles,
Next to this old weird.
old school Romulan ship, and you hear Walsh on the radio. Sirs?
I'm leaning back in
Sirs?
the chair, all smug in a Romulan chair, and I activate the screen and I go, Captain Gurkhan
No
speaking.
screen.
I go,
All
I
audio.
go, this is Captain Gurkhan speaking.
Do I hear this?
No.
I go, Walsh, we got a Romulan ship full of refugees.
You got the what? Okay. Yeah. Okay, sir. I'll turn the ship around to give you a better access to the shuttle bay.
And keep a countdown timer on that sun, because we got to get out of here quick.
Sir, that ship won't fit in the shuttle bay. I'll do a tractor beam on you.
Perfect.
Great. And so he kind of like, you guys, and so that sort of second last scene is you
Are
guys
we on
being,
his ship?
yeah,
you
you
see me
being
like
towed up,
this.
and you walk out on the bridge just as you hear, Walsh out, sir.
I just kind of chuckle looking at him. He's like, he has no shirt on.
No shirt on.
Like, he's got
My
covered
hair's
in
all
like
loose
crumbs
and
and stuff.
This
Like,
is the last thing I say to him. Gurkhan, we're gonna have a serious discussion about the grooming standards.
Go.
And as the
My response is, in the KDF, there
I-
are no grooming
I
standards.
think you mean Legionnaire Gurkhan.
and the scene pulls out from your ship, the Payette, doing a tractor beam on the other ships. The shuttles are pulling into the Payette Bay, and as it pulls out, you can see the damage done to the Payette. The captain's ready room is gone, and that's where we fade to black.
As I say, you hear, son of a.
Yeah, exactly.
Where were you?
Not one of the ships.
Oh,
He was
okay.
probably on the
He was on the
big
ship
one
as
with
well.
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause I
He was
came-
probably on in the bridge as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're the first ones back there.
Yeah.
No, I'm not leaving the ship. It's too cool. I'm gonna give it to my wife as a wedding anniversary present.
No, you're not. You're gonna give it back to the Romulan Star Empire.
And that's the end of part 2 of That's No Moon by the USS Payette. It'll be available for YouTube in 2 weeks. It'll be on Twitch until then, and we'll be back in 2 weeks for our next game.
No?
Thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, for viewers.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Sorry, didn't have anything better to do.